Thanks for joining us, everyone. We're in Kalkaska, the Kalkaska County Sheriff's Department, but for a good reason. We're visiting with the Sheriff, Pat Whiteford. Thanks for making time for us.
Not a problem. Glad to take time and talk with you today.
I said before we turned the cameras on, you came out and greeted us, and you said, wow, I don't see a lot of smiling sheriffs. And you were you're rather happy to see the sunshine and the warming weather.
Well, it is. It's a nice change from what we've seen lately to have a little sunshine on our backs and a little warmer weather. I'll take the good with the bad, and I expect we'll get a little snow before this is all done, but I'll enjoy it while it lasts here for the next week.
But I did rain on your parade just a little bit because I said, well, doesn't sunshine and warmer weather mean more activity for you guys?
Unfortunately, it does. People get out there and drive a little faster, assume the roads are cleared off. I'd still ask that people slow down. There's still going to be some black ice in spots where the sun doesn't get to. But again, that unfortunately is the good with the bad. But at this point, we're happy to get a little extra time on the road and a little sunshine to work with.
All right, I want to get to the jail and the steering committee in a second, but this is an interesting question. How much road patrol stuff do you do personally?
Personally, I don't do too much. I do take a car home, and that way I can respond. Again, not very much. Right. Most of my duties as sheriff are administrative, and I spend my time in meetings dealing with the commissioners and administrative duties. But a couple weeks ago, I did respond to alarm late at night where our deputies were tied up, and I lived the closest to where the alarm went off, so I threw my uniform on and went out there and responded. And if there's traffic issues, I'll go out and help with those when I can and when needed.
The last time you wrote a citation?
That's been a while now. That's being that I've been sheriff for 14 months and I was under sheriff before that. I would have to say the last time I wrote a citation was probably the 4th of July in 2015 at this point. So
why do you guys ask if we know how fast we were driving?
To see if people are going to be honest up front. That's a big thing. Honesty is a big thing with police officer, and it does help. It helps if the people are upfront and honest, and a lot of times just say, yes, officer, I knew I was doing wrong. Unfortunately, you caught me, and sometimes the officers, have a little understanding and leeway on that to choose whether they write a ticket or not. And at other times, if the speed's great enough or the situation's concerning with the speed, then they will issue a citation for that.
All right, let's get to the jail. That's the pressing issue in Kalkaska County. There's discussion that there should be a whole new facility. Time to update. You have a steering committee. What's going on with that?
Okay, we did, as of last Wednesday night at the Kalkaska County Board of Commissioners meeting, they did appoint a 5-man steering committee that consists of my dispatch sergeant, corrections sergeant, a corrections officer, our DPW maintenance person for the county, and also a county commissioner. What the steering committee will first focus on is, one, identifying the issues we have, which is primarily been taken care of by my staff already, and that's where I first approached the Board of Commissioners about this steering committee. And then from there, they'll identify what needs we need to fix the issues we have with the facility, become in accordance with the new laws that have changed since this facility was built 30 years ago, and start developing a plan.
If I were to pitch it to the public, I'd say bigger, better, more cost efficient. Do you agree with that?
I do agree with that. I don't know how much bigger we'll have to build things right now. We'll make considerations of what we see, what trends we've seen in inmate population, what other portions of the facility we need to accommodate that population and what we expect to have as a population, and cost efficiency, not only of electricity and heating, but just in movement of inmates and staff will be a key focus in this to utilize high efficiency equipment, furnaces, lighting, and take into account where we have to move these folks around to in the facility, so the corrections officers can spend as much time as possible, administering and caring for the inmates, not just having to walk around and do other things. So,
Relatively new Kalkaska County Sheriff Pat, thank you very much.
thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. In Kalkaska County at the Sheriff's Department, I'm Vic McCarty for My News 26.